Hey, what's up, y'all? Well, it's time to make my my top 25 for this week of college football. I think this is week 7. But anyway, so I am going to start with some others receiving votes. This is in no particular order. Teams that I considered adding but didn't quite make the cut. And these are in no particular order: Missouri, West Virginia, BYU, Wisconsin, Iowa, Air Force, and James Madison. But anyway, so now we will get into uh, the first 5. Yes, 25 to 21. So here we go. At number 25, new to the poll this week, we do have Kansas in the top 25 for the first time. Yes, they are 4-1 or 5-1. With their only loss being to Texas. Yes, a blowout loss to Texas, but nice. Their best win was against I guess it was B, BYU, and they are BYU's only loss. Yeah, I mean, they do have a good running game. Ran all over Central Florida. Yeah, that get Devin Neal is a beast. But anyway, so let's come around to number 24, Kentucky. I had them at number 17 last week. So I did drop them down 7 spaces. Didn't feel like they quite deserved to be bounced all the way out just for losing to Georgia, but just for losing to the number 1 team. So no, I don't think so. I think that they're still a good team. Yeah, they've got to play. They host Missouri this week, who was undefeated until they were knocked off by who was it? Was LSU. But anyway, so they do have a really good running game. I mean, Ray Davis is Ray Davis is a beast. I mean, their passing game not very good, and they do have a decent defense. But anyway, so the number 23, we do have Maryland, and I mean again, I am appalled by the amount of disrespect that Maryland is being given. I mean, Maryland is a good team. I mean, they do have Tua's little brother, Talia, slinging the ball around. And even though, yes, they lost to Ohio State, but I mean, look at their schedule. I mean, they probably go 9-3. I mean, they don't really have anyone left on their schedule besides like Penn State and Michigan. So anyway, so then at number 22, this is where I have Notre Dame. I did drop them down from number 11. So after they lost to Louisville, yes, this was their second loss. Yeah, yeah, they lost to Ohio State. Probably their best win is against Duke. So, but anyway, but don't worry, Notre Dame fans. Y'all do have a chance for redemption. Guess y'all do play USC this week, and so yeah, I mean, if you beat USC, you're gonna jump way up. So yeah, you know that Sam Hartman has not looked very good lately, but playing against Southern Cal's defense, I think that he's going to find his rhythm again. So okay, now at number 21, this was where we put Washington State. Now last week where they have them like number 16, yes, only 5 places. Yeah, after they lost to Ohio State, I guess their best win is probably Wisconsin. So, oh yeah, and Oregon State. Yeah, they beat Oregon State too. Never mind, that's their best loss. But yeah, Oregon State and Wisconsin. Yeah, those are both good wins. So. But anyway, yeah, they do have a really good quarterback in Cameron Ward. So anyway, so got them at 21. Okay, so now let's move on to the next 10. So we're gonna have number 20 through number 11. So here we go. So at number 20 is where I put UCLA, coming off of that win against Washington State. So, get UCLA finally gets a big win. After they did, of course, have their only loss was to Utah. So. And I mean, UCLA actually has a really good defense. Yeah, they do lead the Pac-12 in total defense. And they're second only to Utah in the Pac-12 in scoring defense. So. Anyway, and then which does bring me to number 19. I do have Utah. I do have them ahead of UCLA because they beat UCLA. So why do I have Washington State ranked ahead of Oregon State then? Well, get to that in a second. And like I said, Utah, their best win is against UCLA. But I mean, it does seem like they're just barely scraping by. I mean, they're terrible on offense. And and it looks like Cameron Rising is not coming back Apparently, he got his own doctor, who has I guess recommended him not to play, and it seems like Cam Rising is going along with that. I think he's just wanting to just wanting to sit out and just rest and recuperate. That looks like that's what he's doing. So I mean, yeah. So he's basically sitting out, is what it seems like. But anyway, so yeah. So this is just Utah's team. I mean, but yes, they're really good on defense though. So, but anyway, like I said, they lead the Pac-12 in scoring defense, second only to UCLA in total defense. So, but anyway, now we get to number 18. We do have Oregon State, and they've been really good. Yeah, good defense. Good run game. Yeah. Get DJ Ukulele has looked good. Yeah, he's been look good at times. He's kind of been up and down, but anyways, do have them at number 18. Yeah, they did beat Utah. This is gonna be their best win. But they did, however, lose to Washington State. Well, why do I have Washington State at number 21 then? Well, I mean, as you know, and you have two teams ranked, and they played each other. The team that beat that team should be ranked higher. Well, I mean that's kind of hard. I mean, it could put Washington State higher than Oregon State, but then they'd be higher than UCLA, and I mean UCLA beat Washington State. All right, and then if we put Utah higher than Oregon State, well, that's not right because Oregon State beat Utah, and it just goes on and on like that. So it can't, since all these teams have all have a loss to one of these other four teams. You can't really it doesn't really work like that. So I just had to do the best I could. But anyways, now how about we move on? Number 17, we do have Duke, and I don't know how long Riley Leonard is supposed to be out, but I mean, but I think he's supposed to miss this week against NC State. So, but I mean, you probably won't need him for NC State, but you're definitely gonna need him when you have Florida State and Louisville coming up after that. So, and you do just have the one loss to Notre Dame. Your best win, I guess, probably against is against Clemson. So anyway, so I did have Duke. Where did I have them? Like number 25, right? So now I moved them up to 17, just because there were a bunch of teams that were that lost in front of them. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, teams that I dropped from the poll, right? I think I already mentioned about that I had dropped Missouri. Yeah, and also Miami, yeah, for losing to Georgia Tech. Yeah, just couldn't. Yeah, just couldn't leave them in there after they lost Georgia Tech. Let's see, Texas A&M gone because they lost to was it Alabama, and then also threw out Fresno State because they lost to Wyoming. So, but anyway, so now at number 16, I do have LSU. Like I said, I just moved them up because of all the teams that lost in front of them. So anyway, I mean, yeah, LSU's defense is as bad, but I mean they do have a great offense though. But yeah, you get a lot of firepower on that offense with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors. But anyway, but their defense not good. You do of course have the 2 losses to Florida State and Ole Miss. What's their best win though? I guess that their best win is against Mizzou. So and now this week they've got Auburn. So but anyway, so I'm up next. Let's see, we do have Tennessee, and yes, at number 15, I think I had them where like number 23, I think it was. Yeah, just move them ahead by attrition. So we thought that yeah, you do have the loss to Florida. Yeah, and they were really, wavering, a lot after that loss to Florida. But then they did, go out and dominate their next 2 games, UCLA, and then South Carolina. Of course, they were off last week. But yeah, they look really impressive in their win over South Carolina. So, but anyways, now about move on. Number 14. Right, who's Tennessee play this week? Yeah, they have to play. They play Texas A&M, so that'll be a big test for them. Anyway, but I do think it is it is at home. So anyways, now about number 14, we do have Ole Miss, and then number 13 Louisville, and number 12 North Carolina. I really of course LSU last week was coming off of their big win against LSU. But this week, rather disappointing. They barely beat Arkansas. By 7. Meanwhile, Louisville beat Notre Dame, who I did have at number 11. So I had them jumping over Ole Miss, and then also moved North Carolina ahead of Ole Miss after they just demolished Syracuse. So, right, is Syracuse really? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's North Carolina's best win. Is it South Carolina or Syracuse, but anyway, yeah. So Drake May, yeah, looking really good. Their defense so is um, is way better than it was last year. So anyway, so now let's look at number 11, Southern Cal. Where did I have them last week? I think they were what, like number 8, I think. So I moved them down 3 spots. So yeah, I just had to move them down 3 spots, even though yeah, because their defense is just garbage. I mean, it's 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 worse than last year. You you even though they brought in all these transfers. So I mean, just can't have you in the top 10 anymore with with that defense. So, but I mean, you'll have a chance to change the narrative a little bit if you beat Notre Dame. I'll probably well, yeah, yeah, maybe move you up a little bit, but and then I mean, against I mean, let's see, the last 2 weeks it just has not been good. Colorado, um, you only beat by a touchdown, and then Arizona, yeah, triple overtime with Arizona, and I mean your offense did sort of seem to even your offense did sort of seem to take a step back, um, uh, as well. You know, just in an off game for the offensively. So okay, so now we got the top 10 time. All right, number 10, Alabama. Yeah, I think this is the same place where they were last week. So yeah, they did get a big win against Texas A&M. I guess that's probably their well, I mean maybe Ole Miss is their best win, but yeah, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Yeah, those are 2 really good wins, and then you do just have the one loss to was it Texas. So anyway, so that number. So speaking of Texas, I do have Texas at number 9. We're still got to have them ranked ahead of Alabama. So I mean, they couldn't fall too far. I did have them at number 3 last week. So after a close loss to Oklahoma, I didn't drop them too far. So still think that that Oklahoma's just a really good team. So at number 8, I did put Florida State. Guess really the only reason I well, yeah, I moved them up for USC being so bad, and then and then also needed to make room for Texas at number 9. So I just moved Florida State up. I mean, they looked better. I mean, uh, uh, against Virginia Tech, they did beat them by 3 scores, but yeah, they had been struggling, with like Boston College and Clemson. So yeah, yeah, their best win is LSU, but even that doesn't look as good as it did in week 1. So anyway, so now at number 7 is where I did put Oklahoma. I raised them up from were they number 12? So yeah, after beating Texas. So and then at number 5 do have Ohio State. Right, their best win is against Notre Dame. Wait, and then yeah, number 6 I have Michigan. Yeah, they just absolutely obliterated Minnesota on the road. So, like I said, Ohio State does have the big win against Notre Dame. They also did beat um, Maryland really bad as well. They did beat them by 20. They did. Maryland was going toe to toe with them for the first 3 quarters, and then you just exploded in the fourth quarter. So, get against a very underrated Maryland team. So, I mean, I I'm gonna do sort of yes, I do have Ohio State ahead of Michigan. Yeah, because they have played a better schedule. They've got better wins. So, and then and then number 4, I do have the top 4 I got 4 Washington, number 3 Penn State, number 2 Oregon, number 1 Georgia, and yes, I did decide to put my team, the Georgia Bulldogs, back at number 1. And I mean, maybe I'm a little too, high after that, big win that we just annihilated Kentucky. I mean, I was just, waiting for us to, play a good game, and we did. I think that we're back. Yeah, Carson Beck is slinging the ball around. He's that dude. Yeah, we got Brock Bowers. He's an absolute beast. We have a really good defense. So I think that we're back in the driver's seat. So. But anyway, so I did decide to move Oregon ahead of Washington. I know last week I had Washington number 2, Oregon number 3. I did decide that I think that in the last couple of weeks, Oregon has just looked better than Washington. I mean, Washington did have their struggle win with Arizona. Some more I thought about it, I think Oregon has just looked better. I mean, over the last 3 weeks, last 2 games compared to Washington. So yeah, and Georgia and Oregon are the only 2 teams with the top 10 offense and defense. So there's that too, and then I did put Penn State number 3. Yeah, I did drop them down a little bit for Georgia and Oregon. So but anyway, so yes, I do think that between Oregon and Washington, whoever wins between the 2 of them, I will put Adam at number 1, and the week after that, Penn State does play Ohio State, and I'll either have the winner of that game at number 1 or number 2 for the following week. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna let that be it. So I know this ran a little longer than I expected. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.